Hello, we got a couple people here from Devilwolf Productions today. I am Eric.
And I'm Jay.
Okay, and our topic for today, I just showed him part of the Starkid Holy Musical Batman. He's really into superheroes, and from the three clips I showed you, what do you think of it?
Whole. Originality, I give it a 10. I mean, the singing was good, everyone was on par, it was funny, and it was coordinated perfectly, no one messed up.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah. But, like, Superman, well, I'm not Superman, like, superhero wise, like, there was just a few little holes.
Okay.
One is Spider Man.
Well, yeah, that was a joke. It's actually Alfred. He keeps changing personas throughout the whole thing, and there's a gag where he doesn't want his plane anymore because it's so slow and can't win a race against Superman. So Alfred's like, well, you can't get rid of your plane, sir. That was your father's plane. He loved that plane, and pretty much Batman's like, I don't know, send it to Spider-Man. I don't care. And Alfred's like, that's a good idea. And that's why later Alfred was Spider-Man and he got his own jet that he built, which was kind of funny.
Really.
Yeah, really.
Still, he could have said any other of the.
I
the
didn't show you
DC
that part.
universe.
I showed you in order these events. I showed him Rogues Are We, where it got all the Batman villains in there. Introduction to Sweet Tooth. Oh, you didn't even see Two-Face. That was amazing. And then I showed him the To Be the Man song, which is basically a showdown between Superman and Batman.
Which I found very entertaining for the most part.
Yeah, I like the Kryptonite part.
Alright. So that is one part that I kind of find funny and at the same time semi-accurate. Because in a lot of the comics, because you gotta realize, the DC universe, they can't just stick to one storyline and call it good and end it.
Yeah.
They've made multiple storylines after all of it.
Wow.
The one thing is that a lot of superheroes even fear Batman. Because who is he? He's the one guy that doesn't have any powers.
But he's got a shit ton of money.
That means well, that does mean something, but at the same time, it doesn't. They actually made a series, if I remember correctly, called Batman the Avenger, and it was pretty much all the superheroes trying to kill Batman.
Really? And they failed?
The reason why they want to kill him is they found out that he didn't just have information on all the villains. He had information on how to kill all the superheroes just in case they went rogue.
Well, he is.
He has information on everyone in the DC universe.
Well, then Spider-Man's safe.
Yeah, because he's in Marvel. But, actually, like, Superman, everyone went after him. Like, he actually has they showed it in a few of the comics. In one of his lockers, he actually has a piece of kryptonite that, like, the size of about 2 basketballs.
Wow.
The point of that was just in case he ever needed to stop Superman. And in one of the comics, Superman was infected by the red kryptonite, which drove him insane. It makes him super strong. It makes him still strong, but evil.
So he's like Bizarro.
He doesn't.
Super.
No, it's just he doesn't care. He's not Bizarro. He just doesn't care. He's evil.
Oh, okay.
That's what red kryptonite does. It makes him evil. Batman was the one who stopped him. He took the green kryptonite and went after him, and Batman would have died if it wasn't for he had a whole bunch of weapons based on kryptonite.
Okay.
And it was actually
like the kryptonite gun? You gonna shoot shards of kryptonite at him?
No, it was a kryptonite laser.
Oh, laser. Oh, well, yeah, lasers. Okay.
Yeah. So, in another comic, Superman actually gave him some kryptonite. It was in a box, and because it was after something, I barely remember. I just remember him handing Bruce Wayne a box and saying.
So he knew the identity of.
They've switched places. There's been plenty of comics because
Really?
in the comics, Superman is kind-hearted. If you've ever seen anything, he's gentle. He does what is needed, but he's gentle. He doesn't like doing anything hardcore. While Batman is the vice versa. He's
a vigilante.
He's the vigilante. He's the dude who does whatever it takes. He will kill you. to make sure that he wins and protects Gotham City.
And he teamed up with an orphan, Dick Grayson, who is the Robin and later on becomes Nightwing.
Yes.
He's pretty much useless as Robin. He's the only time I've ever seen him be useful is when Batman has gotten himself trapped and he just releases him.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, the only person more useless than Robin is Aquaman.
Aww, everyone says that. But you know what? He would have been very useful in Waterworld.
Really?
Yeah.
We're really going there.
Yeah, we don't have to go over that. It was a terrible movie, by the way.
No, seriously, like, look at all the Aquaman things. I think there was one where they kidnapped Aquaman. How? By concealing him in a metal ball.
What?
Something along those lines.
That was done in Underdog. Come on.
Underdog?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you remember that.
There's a few things where, like, Aquaman is just completely useless. If there's no water, he's done. He can't use his water jutsu to get him out.
Water jutsu? Is he a ninja now?
Yeah. He can't use his Suoten, but actually what? So
Squirtle, use water gun.
Exactly. But the thing that I find interesting about Batman and Superman, like I was saying, is they've switched places. Because there's been times where Superman has needed to kill someone because the guy was too bad, but he couldn't do it. So he went to the one person that he fully trusted to do it, which was Batman. So Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent have switched places. They've switched companies even.
Wow. I think I might have seen something because they have the same kind of facial build.
Yeah, so they, like, one time it was, Batman's like, I need a break. And Clark Kent's like, I know what you mean. And at the same time, he's like, you want to switch? So they switched places. They were both, no, nothing was going on. And, like, Clark Kent ran Bruce Industries, or Wayne Industries, whatever. And Clark Kent, like, fucking Bruce Wayne went and did, snapping pictures. He's like, I'm a reporter now.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny because no one thought any different. The only person who later on figured, there's only one person I honestly knew.
Alfred, probably, yeah.
Alfred is the only person.
He would know. Come on.
Later on, there was another person who knew, which was what's her name? The girl that Clark Kent's banging.
I don't know. I'm not really into the whole superhero scene. The only girl in superheroes I know is Mary Jane, who's with Spider-Man.
What totally.
I don't know her name.
She does the whole reporter thing.
Lois Lane?
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane. Oh my god, I can't believe I pulled that on my ass.
God.
Lois Lane,
but,
okay.
Lois Lane was found out later on, mostly by walking in and seeing the two there, and yeah, she's like, what's going on? But that's when she knew that who Clark
This
Kent
is my
was.
twin. His name is Steve.
Yeah, for like a long time, no one ever knew. Like, they're just, because they do look quite identical, but at the same time,
They're
like
not.
I said, if you go by the comic book standards of what happened, Batman's ruthless. He's killed and like, it's funny because a lot of people are like, wait, Batman, no superpowers, switch spots with
A guy who's got every superpower, pretty much.
If you read the comics, he used his money to be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure jetpacks and
exactly.
Yeah.
And he used his intelligence to beat people. So I mean, let's be honest. Batman is probably one of the smartest people in DC.
He's the most versatile.
Very.
He's got resources.
Very.
He may not be born naturally gifted, but he can make himself gifted.
I mean,
if you got enough money, you know, it's the thing. Being a born billionaire, you know, it would suck to have your parents gone and then you take on the persona of a dick, but you're a dick who gets stuff done.
Hey, remember?
Not no relation to Robin. Okay, go.
You remember that show, Pimp My Ride?
Yes.
Okay. You know how he said, dude, we heard you like chocolate. Exhibit, where he's like, dude, we heard you like chocolate. So we put a chocolate fountain in the back of your ride.
Really?
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, he did that. That was stupid. But someone turned Exhibit into a meme. And it was like, so I heard you like, so, like, that's how it would go. And say, so we did this. One of my all-time favorites is, so I heard you like Batman. So we killed your parents.
Oh, okay. There was going back to the subject of Robin. Obviously, Batman's sidekick in the Starkid Holy Musical Batman. They do make a reference to Crypto, where Superman's calling him up. So you're copying me again? You got a sidekick? Everyone remembers mine, Crypto, the Wonder Dog, Super Dog, and he's like, and growing up, he was a Superman's best friend. And, until he got bigger and moved to Metropolis, in which he chased down and destroyed the cars and left his famous super poops. And that one time he super humped Lois's leg and put her in a full body cast. That was kind of strike three for Crypto. Then he locked up Crypto in his fortress of solitude. And he didn't like being alone, so he just ran away. And to this day, he couldn't find him. What, is there any truth to that? Like, it all besides, I doubt he super humped Lois's leg and put her in a full body cast, but did he ever run away?
I was never much into the whole Crypto thing. I'm not even sure he was in the comic. I remember he was in...
He had a series, I remember.
Yeah, as a little kid. I think I was like 8 when that was on.
Well, I was watching Dennis the Menace when I was 8.
During that period of time, Superman, Clark Kent, whatever... barely had any. He was still a kid. He was barely learning his powers, and so Crypto was the hero of the story. Like Clark Kent barely did jack crap in the entire thing.
Okay.
It was all Crypto, but like I said, I barely remember that. That one I am kind of tapped out on.
All right. Well, we're approaching the 12-minute mark here, so I think that's gonna be it for this podcast. We're gonna roll it up. Wrap it up, and we're gonna be getting ready for our Let's Play, which is gonna be happening a little bit later today. So we'll
protection plan. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I know.
So any closing statements?
Spider-Man is not DC. You could have said anyone else from the Justice League of America.
You're going back to that?
I'm sorry. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I prefer Marvel over DC any day. But, and that really, it doesn't bother me like I'm mad, but it bothers me because, they could have said anyone else. But then again, I do understand that it's a play, and it's made to be funny.
Yes.
So they put someone in there that is not from that universe just to make it funny. But if you ever want to do a part 2 to this...
Oh, I'm sure you've got plenty to go on.
Marvel and DC have crossed before.
Yes, Disney bought rights to the Avengers and all that, right? Disney bought the company for like $4 million.
Good sir, they bought the rights to the Happy Birthday song.
Did they?
Yeah.
Dude, what can't Disney buy?
Dude, there's only It's funny. Oh my god, let's
like
wrap
they
this up.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. But tune in for our Let's Play, which will be released a little bit later in the week.